How to get revenge on a narcissist. What is the best revenge against the narcissist? What will hurt a narcissist forever? How are you doing? What's going on? My name is Dr. Baya. I'm a psychologist and I'm an author. Please welcome back to my channel. Although revenge is rarely healthy, you're just a human being and it is perfectly natural. If you have ever asked yourself, how can I hurt this narcissist person in my life? So if you've ever been in a relationship with a narcissist, or if you've ever fallen in love with a narcissist, you probably wondered what you could do to make that narcissist pay for all the pain they've caused you and everything else they've done to you. Hey, at this juncture, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please spare a second or two and hit that subscribe button. Scroll up and choose the all option, alright? On the notification bell, choose the all option. That way, every time I upload a new video, you get notified about it. Good. Now, the narcissist has hurt you. You see clearly. You got tangled in the web of a narcissist and it hurts. You have been wronged. You are hurting. You are crippled. You lost your sense of self. And there is a myriad of emotions inside you that is impossible to process. You want to get even. You want the narcissist to hurt. You want the narcissist to feel the pain that they cause you. You want them to suffer just as much as you are suffering right now. You want revenge. You dream about revenge. You plan about revenge. You spend a lot of time, a copious amount of time, imagining how the narcissist will feel when you have them. You keep picturing their pain. You want revenge on the narcissist because you feel that if you can make them pay for what they've done to you, it will be easier to move on. It will be easier to get closure and it will be easier to live your life. You want to show the narcissist that you are over them so much that you are ready to have them. You want to show the narcissist that you are strong enough and that they were wrong to underestimate you. You plan it all and then you hesitate because everything you can think of feels too low. It feels pity. Even if your plan seems grandiose and magnificent, you're confronted inside. Part of you wants them to suffer. Part of you wants the narcissist to suffer, and the other part knows that it's not you. That's not the typical you. You start to wonder if they changed you. If the narcissist changed you into some kind of a monster who now wants to manipulate and hurt others. Many people will tell you that the best way to get over a narcissist, that the best way to get revenge on a narcissist is to walk away from them and never to look back. And they will not be wrong. But you have this uncontrollable urge inside you to make the narcissist suffer just a little bit more. You want to make the narcissist hurt. Although every person is different, all narcissists have some common vulnerabilities. And I'm going to give you the best ways to find their weak spots. I'm going to tell you what's the best revenge you can do against a narcissist. But before that, first things first, seeking revenge against a narcissist, you must know your enemy. So before you start plotting out a method of revenge, there are a few things you should consider. Know thine enemy and know yourself. In 100 battles, you'll never be defeated. When you are ignorant of the enemy, but you know yourself, your chances of winning or losing are equal. If ignorant both of your enemy and yourself, you are sure to be defeated in every battle. That is what Sun Tzu said in The Art of War, the Chinese general Sun Tzu. So, the enemy is a narcissist. Your enemy is a narcissist who is a predator. The narcissist feeds off of the emotions and kindness of those closest to him. The narcissist lies, the narcissist manipulates and cons to get his way. The narcissist is disconnected from his emotions. The narcissist feels a sense of entitlement. And the narcissist has an impaired ability to feel remorse or guilt. You will not find emotional depth in your enemy, that's the narcissist. It's not just there. What a narcissist possesses are pseudo-emotions, lacking in depth and substance. Every demonstration is superficial and short-lived. The narcissist has learned to adapt by mimicking the emotions of others whenever necessary. So the dominant feelings found in a narcissist are anger, And this is generally the default setting on the narcissist emotional scale. Any little thing can trigger an outburst. The ifs and whens are not consistent. So you will never know when it's coming, or the level the narcissist will take. You don't know. So the narcissist is a projector and likes to pass off his feelings onto others. Anger is commonly used as a manipulation tactic by the narcissist, or as a control mechanism to keep his minions in line and on their toes. Smugness is another dominant feeling found in narcissists. When a narcissist pulls one over on you, he's feeling pretty good and about himself. If you are hurting and pining for his return, that is sheer bliss for the narcissist. Anytime the narcissist can confirm to you and himself that he is smarter and more superior, you will feel a sense of delight that looks and feels a lot like gloating. Do not expect concern or compassion when a narcissist is inflicting his brand of torture. Expect the narcissist to feel pleasure while he twists the knife. Frustration is another dominant feeling on a narcissist. A narcissist has poor impulse control. When he sees something, he wants it and he goes after it. But if there are obstacles in the way, they can be a source of great irritation. When people don't dance to the narcissist tune and acknowledge his superiority, he will become exceedingly annoyed. Boredom is another feeling on the narcissist. Narcissists have a very low tolerance for routine. He quickly develops a tolerance to people and objects, and his head is on a constant swivel, looking for anything or anyone shiny and new that will generate a new thrill. You must know your enemy, that's the narcissist, to defeat them. And another dominant feeling they have is obsession. When a narcissist has found a new target, he's a man obsessed. He can't get enough of it. He wants to know everything about it. He becomes consumed, thinking about it night and day, working himself into a fevered pitch, until of course he grows a tolerance to it and boredom sets in. Then there's contempt. Narcissists hate people and all of humanity for that matter. They hate the objects of the obsession, and they hate themselves for being dependent on the supply they provide. They would rather be alone and avoid humanity altogether, but their incessant need for attention and admiration makes them impossible. To the narcissist's sense of grandiosity, we are all objects whose sole purpose is to provide the narcissist with amusement and adulation. So before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig two graves. That is Confucius who said that. Why is it that any revenge strategy against a narcissist will ultimately fail? Understanding how the enemy, that is the narcissist, thinks and feels is one thing. But when you apply that to various approaches, you will see why any action you take is futile. Why is revenge against a narcissist not really the best thing you can do? Because reason number one, how do you reason with someone that twists the facts and has an aversion to the truth? The narcissists are the kings of justification. They minimize, they rationalize, and they distort the involvement. When they have behaved badly, you can bet they've found a reason or 100 reasons, that it's entirely your fault. Guilt, that's another reason why revenging against a narcissist will fail. He may very well owe you something. But how do you make someone feel something they are incapable of feeling? How do you make the narcissist feel guilt when they can't feel it? The narcissist lacks empathy, and you can't make someone accountable when they just don't care. Because their thoughts are completely self-centered, it doesn't compute with them that you have feelings. How they've made you feel is completely irrelevant to the narcissist. Then there's tears. Narcissists are uncomfortable around heady displays of emotion. They won't listen and they will just extricate themselves from the situation. Tears actually work to their advantage. A narcissist likes to know he can still affect you, positively or negatively. This is a source of narcissistic supply. So showing how much the narcissist has hurt you is a win-win situation for him. Jealousy. Trying to make them feel jealous while they are in a cold phase won't work either. Because if the narcissist has a new target in sight, and your relationship is over or hanging by a thread, the narcissist will have no interest with you. He'll view your attempt to make him jealous as nothing more than an ego stroke, character assassination, assault, or property damage. So if you can cause narcissistic injury, which is any slight real or imagined that threatens their ego and sense of grandiosity, pointing out to the narcissist and others their flaws and what they've done may cause them to fly into a rage. Their need to protect their ego at all costs is what drives them. So causing the narcissist physical harm or damage to their property may also incite rage. But remember, if you persist, you will not get out unscathed. They may cause you physical harm. They may lay criminal charges, or they may cut you out of their lives rapidly so that you can't do any more damage. Any hostile act you visit upon them by visited back upon you tenfold. Any hostile act you visit upon the narcissist will be visited back to you. You do something nasty to them, they'll do 10 times to you back. So if you do act out, all anyone will see or remember are your seemingly irrational actions. You end up looking like the one with the problem. And all this, what it does is it gives the narcissist more reasons to justify what he has done in his eyes and everyone else's. So the best revenge on a narcissist is living well. That is according to George Herbert. When you are involved with an abusive, malicious, egomaniac, the best course of action is to take the high road and do nothing. Just get the hell out of that place called the narcissist's heart. Don't look back and deal with your pain on your own. When you are stuck on anger and resentment and all you're thinking is revenge, those negative emotions will take a toll on you. For one, they will slow down your healing process and keep you fixated on the situation and stuck on pain. When you are so wrapped up in anger, it makes you paranoid and jaded. Don't let the narcissist change who you are and turn you into an angry, bitter person. Now, let's look at the best ways of revenge on a narcissist. Getting revenge on that narcissist. What are the best ways of revenge on a narcissist? What is the best revenge against a narcissist? Number one, figure him out. If you really want to seek revenge on your narcissistic boyfriend, girlfriend, person in life, firstly, you have to get inside of his head. I know this is the guy you had your future planned with, and that you won't want him to be different. But if you want to hurt them effectively, you have to accept some things. Firstly, you have to stop idealizing the narcissist and see the narcissist for who he really is. You need to accept that his personality is narcissistic and that he's toxic for you and that he will always be like that. If you want to seek revenge because you secretly hope that it will make the narcissist understand what he's losing and that it will make him understand that he loves you, then I have to tell you to call it quits right now, right from the start, because this can be very dangerous for you. But if you truly want to hurt the narcissist, you need to get inside of his head. You need to think of his vulnerabilities and weaknesses, about the things that elevate the narcissist and about those which bring him down. Of course, you need to use all of that against him and to your own advantage. Although this is one of the hardest things to do, you need to find a way to shut down all of the emotions you have for the narcissist, and you need to let your reason be your only guide. If you really want to hurt the narcissist, there's no place for your conscience or guilt there. You need to be sure that this is exactly what you want to do, and if it is, then you need to shut down any remorse you might have regarding this revenge. Just remember that this man has hurt you many times, and every sign of regret will instantly vanish. Also, you need to make it clear to yourself that your narcissistic person will never love you, and that he is only disguised as irresistible, and that you need to take love out of this equation. Additionally, don't ever expect him to change towards you or any other woman in his future. You won't teach the narcissist a lesson by hurting him, because he will do all the things he has done to you to every woman who crosses his path. But what you will accomplish is getting your own personal satisfaction, and that is what your goal should be. Number two, best revenge against a narcissist: expose them. Once you got to know the narcissist and all the ugly things they have done to you, you want the whole world to see who they really are. You want others to know who they are up against, to warn everyone who has been ever around them, even your next victim. You don't understand how others can't see the narcissist for who they are. It seems like a fair thing to do, and you might even have to do it to defend yourself. But they are very good at putting on a show. You, of all people, should know it. After all, they have led you on for a long time before you first saw the mask slip. So if you've been their primary target, then the rest of the world hasn't received the same amount of evil mistreatment. It was reserved for you. They always hurt most those who are closest to them and keep their charming mask on with others. There's a chance that others wouldn't believe you and they might use your tactics against you, proving that you are crazy and unstable. Moreover, it can be downright dangerous to anger them, as they will unleash hell on you to keep up their appearances. The best thing you can hope for is to cause some doubt around them, but their retort will probably make you feel even worse. Number 3 best revenge against a narcissist. Talk about his imperfections. You'll hurt the narcissist. Although many people assume that a narcissist is the one who has the control in the relationship, it only appears that way. As a matter of fact, every serious narcissist is actually quite vulnerable and he only pretends to be tough and self-confident, while the reality is quite different. Once you understand that he chose to be with you because he needs you to boost his ego, you'll also understand that you are actually in complete control of the situation, and you'll realize how easy it is to rock his world. Although it doesn't seem this way, all narcissists have a very fragile ego, and their low self-confidence is their weakest spot. They act like they love themselves and like they think they are perfect, but actually this couldn't be further from the truth. A narcissist has only one goal in all the relationships he builds, and especially in romantic ones. He wants approval. When this guy first met you, he knew that you could be a good victim of his manipulations because he saw that you were enchanted by him. He saw that he had managed to impress you, and that is exactly what he has been looking for his entire life. So if you want to really hurt a narcissist, you need to change your ways of dealing with him. Instead of constantly complimenting and praising the narcissist, you need to focus on his flaws and imperfections. But for you to do that, you need to take off your rose tinted glasses. You need to see this narcissist for who he really is, and that will help you see that he's far from perfect. Once you achieve this, you need to make sure to constantly imply his flaws to him. You don't need to insult the narcissist directly. Instead, give him doubt about his physical appearances or about his brain. This is the biggest punishment for a narcissist. He will never stop feeling insecure, the way he wanted to make you feel, and he will start to question his every move because he has an uncontrollable urge to be perfect in everyone's eyes, and especially in the eyes of his current victim. Therefore, this narcissist will do everything in his power to get your approval and to regain your admiration, because that is what feeds him spiritually. Number 4 best revenge against a narcissist: manipulate them. I'm sure that if you spent a long enough time with them, you already know all their ways that they manipulate you with. Stonewalling and refusing to tell you what the problem is, silent treatment and being absent for days or even weeks, not being there for them when they need you, promising something and then doing it with someone else, cheating on you, comparing you to others, and making you question your own worth through triangulation, exposing confidential information about you to friends and pretending it should have been all okay, committing something against you and then blaming you for it. You know all this, so why not do the same with them? Show them how it feels. The problem is that manipulation is their second nature, not yours. They have chosen you as their victim because you are a decent person with basic human values, love, care, and empathy. I will go to the extent of saying that you don't have a mean bone in your body and you will never want to deliberately hurt anyone. You won't change into the devil overnight just because someone hurt you. Your conscience wouldn't allow you to be mean on purpose. You can't ignore someone in need. So if you manipulate the narcissist, you might anger them and they will get back to you immediately. And they'll get back to you with their full lethal artillery. Your hope that they recognize their own heinous behavior will probably fall flat because they will go into playing the victim and blame you for hurting them. You can't teach them about basic human values. If they could be taught, they would have already learned it. You can't show the narcissist how hurtful they act because they justify their actions by their superiority. They are entitled to treat people as they want, but no one else can treat them the same way. The best revenge against a narcissist is also ignoring them. Number 5. Doing your best to ignore their manipulation tactics is one of the hardest things that you will need to do. They are experts at overt and covert abusive acts, and no matter how mature and stable you are, they will find your weak spots. The aim of the manipulation is to get a reaction from you. So in case it seems to fail, they will resort to ruder comments or more severe abuse. If they are physically abusive too, your lack of reaction might trigger them to go further and punish you for not responding in a way you should. So while ignoring the narcissist, you need to tread carefully and take care of yourself, because it's one of the things that angers them most. Sometimes ignoring the narcissist requires manipulation from your side, which takes a lot of your energy. And after long enough time with them, constantly walking on eggshells, you need all your energy to just survive another day with them. So on a mental level, ignoring their acts and manipulations is a good path to go down on. You need to get to a point of indifference where they can't hurt you anymore. It's a long journey and it takes time. Pretending you don't care is a good way to start, but it again won't treat them anything. So the other best revenge against a narcissist, number 6, is to defy them. They say that the safest way to check whether someone is narcissistic or not is to say no to them. If they can take no as an answer, then chances are high that they are not narcissistic. Narcissists believe that the world is their playground and they are entitled to everyone's care and attention. It means that they can call you in the middle of the night and ask you to listen to them for hours regardless of your needs. They will ask you to drive an hour to fetch something for them, even if it's a huge sacrifice from your side. They will expect you to ditch anything and everyone so that their needs should be catered to. As a means of revenge, defying them won't work, because they wouldn't take it as revenge, just an act from you that they don't like. They will turn it against you and call out on your heartless behavior, turning themselves into a victim. Remember, they are great at playing the victim. They have practiced it for decades. But saying no to their shameless requests is a good way to separate yourself from them emotionally, and in case you had any doubts about their real selves, then this defying them, saying no, will show you how they don't care about you. They care about themselves only. If you need any further proof that they are treating you badly, defying them will bring you the necessary proof how much they are using you on a daily basis. Number 7 way of the best revenge against a narcissist: give him a taste of his own medicine. If you have ever wondered how to hurt a narcissist who is into playing games, the best way is to give him a taste of his own medicine. That means that you should start treating the narcissist the way he has always been treating you, like he doesn't matter to you. It doesn't mean that you should make a big announcement or that you should threaten him that you will start treating him the way he deserves, because that will only give him a heads up and he will know you are doing all of it just to get back at him. Instead, you should simply start ignoring the narcissist, acting the way he deserves, step by step. The first thing you need to do is to stop prioritizing this narcissist. While you've been putting the narcissist first since the moment you guys met, he has always treated you as one of his options and has been always putting you at the bottom of his priority list. So instead of waiting for the narcissist to treat you the way you treat him and the way you deserve, start acting as if he's not very important to you. When he calls you, feel free to give him the silent treatment. Tell him you are busy and that you have other more important plans, that you simply can't reschedule or just ignore his phone calls. But be careful not to overreact, because the narcissist might lose interest completely once he sees that he isn't getting any feedback from you. Just play mind games with the narcissist the same way he did with you. One day act like he is the most important person in the world to you, and the next day treat him like the piece of shit he is. Make the narcissist beg for your attention and love the way you were doing all along. Make sure you are giving the narcissist just enough of yourself to keep him hooked, but to always leave him craving more. But be careful and don't expect to change his ways by doing that. So don't expect the narcissist to understand that his behavior is wrong once he feels it on his own skin. Remember that a narcissist always thinks that he is right and that there is nothing wrong with him treating you or anyone around him the way he does. Number 8 best revenge against a narcissist is to criticize or belittle them. Their world revolves around the false self they believe to have, and they are entirely incapable of taking criticism. Choosing to belittle the narcissist or criticize them sounds like a good idea after all. You just show them what it feels like to be ridiculed. It's easy too, because they take everything as a criticism. So any negative comparison, any minor put down, anything that questions them will hurt them. But in return, they will hurt you even more. And while you are a decent person who might be just pointing out their real shortcomings in a subtle way, they will attack you with full force. Did you think they have told you already everything that might hurt you? Think again. They're extremely creative and very mean. They will drag out everything you have ever said. They will point out point out and aggrandize your imperceptible flaws and turn around every compliment they ever told you. Moreover, they won't understand that now you are getting back at them, because even the slightest criticism hurts them to their core. It hurts them to their core. So did you disagree with them a year ago about someone's haircut? That was hurting them just as much and questioning the authority just as much as now when you are telling them that they are losers in all areas of their lives. They don't feel the difference because for them, hurt is hurt. So criticize them in front of others. It will hurt them. I've already stated that you can't teach a narcissist a lesson and that you can't teach him to care. But what you can do to a narcissist is to embarrass and humiliate them. It has already been mentioned many times that the only goal of every narcissist is to get approval and to boost his own ego. Therefore, he has never really cared about his own personal qualities and personal traits. As a matter of fact, he doesn't care about how he appears in your eyes once he sees that you have fallen for him. But what the narcissist cares about is the opinion of the general public and the people around him. Remember, you are one of those people in the beginning, and he did everything he could to impress you. He's been living his entire life in the same manner, trying to impress everyone around him and trying to hide his real personality. He's doing all of this because he's lying to himself and because he refuses to accept his true self. This is why most narcissists are actually much appreciated people in their family or in business. And that is why these people in general have a hard time believing they're victims, and why their victims have a hard time believing themselves, thinking they exaggerate. Every narcissistic man has worked hard to build this imaginary world of his, in which he is loved and respected individual. So if you want to hurt him for all the pain he has put you through, you need to burst his bubble. One of the most effective ways to do this is to start embarrassing and humiliating him in front of others. I'm not saying you should do it directly, nor that you should insult him in front of others. But when you think about it, you know this guy the best. You know his vulnerabilities and all of his flaws, no matter how hard he has been trying to hide them. Therefore, instead of praising the narcissist in front of everyone, focus on his flaws. But you need to be subtle to prevent him from realizing your real intentions. If you want to humiliate the narcissist, diminish his worth in front of everyone and simply act like you are above him, the same way he has always been acting towards you. This will never have the same effect unless you do it publicly. No narcissist can stand people looking down on him or ridiculing him, and that is exactly what you should accomplish if you want to really put him down. This will make the narcissist more insecure than he really is, and it will make him question his every move and decision. It will lower his self-esteem even more, and it will make him paranoid. Of course, every time he accuses you of trying to do that, make sure you convince the narcissist that he's imagining things and that you are only trying to give him some advice for his own good. Make the narcissist question your love for him. A narcissistic manipulator has to be sure of your love for him. From the moment he laid eyes on you, his only goal was to make you crazy and mad in love with him. Remember how he pretended to be this perfect guy in the beginning, how he treated you like a queen, and how he always put your needs in front of everyone else's. Remember how he acted like you were the woman of his dreams and the most important person in his life, telling you that he truly loved you. How you were happy that you had finally met the love of your life, and someone who could make you happy and who could make you feel loved and wanted no matter what. Well, I'm sure that now you know that all of this was a mask. Every narcissist behaves like this until he gets what he wants. You need to keep in mind that narcissistic men are different from the majority of men out there. And when I say that he treats you nicely until he gets what he wants, I mean, I am not talking about just sex here. Of course, sex is important to him, but that is not his final goal. You sleeping with him is not enough. Instead, he wants to be sure that he has you completely, and that means that he wants to make sure he's inside your heart, soul, and head. And if you really want to hurt him, you can never give him this realization. A narcissist can never be sure of your love for him to the point where he starts taking you for granted. At first, he will make big romantic gestures, and he will have no trouble whatsoever verbalizing his emotions to you. He's doing this only to lead you on and for you to think how special he is. He wants to make sure that he has left a permanent mark on your life, and that is something you can never let him think. Instead, Make him question your emotions and your intentions. Don't be too cold, because that will make him go away before you get your revenge. But make him wonder if you ever loved him, or if all of your relationship was an act. Make him wonder if there is someone else in your life, and whether he played you, or if he was the one who got played. Number 10, best revenge against a narcissist: love yourself. I know that you probably think that this, what I'm about to tell you, is just a cliche, and that you've heard it a million times. I know you think that what you are about to hear is an empty phrase, and that this is something that doesn't cross your mind whenever you think of how to hurt a narcissistic man. But let me tell you that the best revenge on a narcissist is loving and respecting yourself. All narcissists feel insecure, and they have deep emotional issues and self-esteem problems. But sadly, he's not aware of his narcissistic personality disorder, and he doesn't want to admit to himself or to others that he actually needs professional help. So he tries to heal himself through his victims, and one of them is you. He can't stand being around someone who has high self-esteem and who doesn't have ego problems, especially if that someone is a woman. Therefore, instead of the narcissist working on his own issues and problems, he tries to pull his victims down to his level and destroy their confidence, because that is the only way for the narcissist to feel valuable and worthy. Deep down, he's aware of his insecurities, and he tries to mask them by diminishing you and making you question your worth, because this is the only way for the narcissist to feel above you and for him to feel better about himself. Once he accomplishes this, his mission has been successful. So if you really want to hurt a narcissist, you need to prove to the narcissist that he has failed to make you miserable. You need to prove to him that you feel good about yourself, and that you see your worth even though he never saw it. You need to show the narcissist that you respect yourself even though he has never done it. You need to prove to the narcissist that you truly love and prioritize yourself even though he never did, because that really is the best possible revenge. The best revenge against a narcissist is to live your best life. They say happiness is the best revenge, and it sounds so simple, and it must be true. But when you are caught up in the sticky spiderweb of their narcissistic abuse, thinking about happiness is the last thing on your mind. You need to take steps towards your best life, even if it seems unattainable from where you stand. You want instant revenge, and you want to make them pay, but everything you can do will backfire. And they will come out winning and grinning, leaving you bruised and hurt. So living your best life means that you leave them behind, that you get to a point where they can't reach you. You reach a point where they can't manipulate you, they can't hurt you. Your best life comes after getting away and staying away. Your best life comes after you move past their trauma, after you start to remember again that you deserve love and care, after drawing and keeping your boundaries. It starts when you recognize that you are worthy of love and attention despite what they had told you. It starts when you allow others to treat you well without looking over your shoulder, looking for monsters. This revenge is a slow one, and I know that this is not what you want. I've been there, but this is what you need. You need your life back. Because of the two of you, you are the only one who will ever have a life worth living. They won't ever change. They won't learn. They won't get better. You might think they will be different with someone else, but trust me, this is who they are. This is the only way of living that they know. You can have a great life. You know how to love. You know what trust is. You know how to care about someone without having a hidden agenda. You have a heart, a soul, and a mind that are full of beautiful things that makes you into who you are. They are empty. They don't know how to give love and accept love. They don't know how to be happy, for they never appreciate the little things that make life worth living. They can't be helped because they have never helped anyone out of their goodness of their hearts. They won't find someone who is better for them than you, because no one is good enough for them ever. They will be forever lonely, trying to fill the void by manipulating people into loving them and admiring them. The best revenge on a narcissist is to move on. It is difficult, it is heartbreaking, it is devastating, but you need to leave your present, your past together, the future they promised you. It seems too steep for a prize, but life starts after them. Everything with them was but an illusion. You will get your revenge, but you need to trust the process. And in case you believe in karma, then even better. Now, let me give you a summary of the best ways to take revenge on a narcissist. Number 1, do not take any revenge at all. Number 2, walk away. Number 3, do not allow the narcissist to contact you on anything. Number 4, ignore them. Number 5, if you allowed the option for the narcissist to hover, and they already did that, then ignore them completely. Number 6, don't beg. Number 7, be mature. Be the mature one to learn to walk away from these toxic, narcissistic people in your life. No matter how hard it is, you should learn that. Number 8, don't try to save them. And number 9, realize what love means. If you say you love him, you should always remember that mature love is built on respect, value, care, and love. Number 10, make peace with yourself. Make peace with your inner self and mind. Convince yourself that you got lied and you got manipulated. The person you knew never existed. It was just an illusion presented by them. Number 11, don't chase revenge. Fight with your inner self. Fight with your inner self no matter how bad you try to take revenge. Stop yourself. Because the revenge will only hurt you, not them. They possess no empathy, neither do they care. The revenge will turn you to a terrible person, someone that you are not basically to them. Leave them be because they are immature kids. You can't take revenge from a kid that slapped you because that makes you as narcissistic as them and as immature as them. Number 12, do not trust them. Number 13, spend time with friends. Number 14, remember they're not your friends. Number 15, love yourself. Learn to love yourself again, taking your esteem back. Include yourself with positive people who make you laugh and spend the best time of your life with them. Number 16, don't repeat your mistakes. Always follow up this code in life. If someone breaks your trust once, they will always do it again. You live without arguing or confronting when they do. Always follow up this quote. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Number 17, overcome withdrawal. You will go through hard withdrawal symptoms. You will burn your brain and body seeking revenge. That is normal. Do not give up. Do not give yourself up. Take it as you are in a rehab. Because if you do, they will win. If you learn to walk away, they might have won a few battles, but you will win the war in the end. Number 18, count your blessings. Number 19, don't be a doormat. Learn to never share your empathy with the wrong people. Being nice to someone that deserves it is cool, but that does not mean that you should be someone's doormat. Give people what they deserve. If they don't deserve your words, you feed them your silence. Then recognize that you escaped hell. Once you disconnect from this narcissist, once and for all, you take everything back. His or her will be not welcomed at all. You will learn that you did yourself a big favor, and that was the best decision you took for your life. You will learn that God blessed you with the most difficult test in your life, and that you passed it without a problem. You will come back in here being surprised, laughing yourself out. You'll be telling yourself that I can't believe I wasted so much of my energy and time to take revenge from this worthless person. Convince yourself that the best revenge that you will take from them is standing up for yourself and moving forward with your life. They don't deserve your anything, including your revenge. They don't. So, love yourself. Best revenge on narcissists. All narcissists feel insecure and they have deep emotional issues and self-esteem problems. A narcissist can't stand being around someone who has high self-esteem and who doesn't have ego problems, especially if that someone is, someone like you. So, therefore, instead of the narcissist working on his own issues and problems, he will try to pull his victims down to his level and destroy their confidence, because that is the only way for him to feel valuable and worthy. So you need to prove to the narcissist that you feel good about yourself and that you see your worth, even though he never saw it. You need to show the narcissist that you respect yourself even though he has never done it. You need to prove to the narcissist that you truly love and prioritize yourself, even though he never did, because that really is the best possible revenge. So live your best life. They say happiness is the best revenge, and it sounds so simple, and it must be true. But when you're caught up in the sticky spider web of the narcissistic abuse, think about happiness is the last thing on your mind. But anyway, choose happiness. Living your best life means that you leave them behind, that you get to a point where they can't reach you, they can't manipulate you, they can't hurt you. Your best life comes after getting away from the narcissist and staying away. The best revenge is massive success. The best revenge is choosing to shine. Your best revenge is being happy. The best revenge is being the best version of yourself. Hey, thank you for watching this video. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Choose the all option. That way, every time I upload a new video, you get notified about it. If you like the video, again, click the like button. Click the share button as well. Share this video widely to all those who may need it. Knowledge is power, information is power, and learning is the superpower. Please, let's learn together. I love you all to the moon and back. God bless you. Catch you later in the next video.